Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sandy Zimmer, and tonight on my table I'm going to show you how to create these fun cards. But really, I'm just using scraps off my table, and you could use these on a layout or anything that you wanted to. So here are some ideas. So you'll see that I save all kinds of things. I save the outside of pieces of paper when I do thin cuts. I have some things on my table that I've colored literally years ago that I just kind of hang on to for when I want to get creative or just play around. And so I'm just going to show you how I just layered some things up. So I've gone ahead and I've taken this purple paper, which I believe is wisteria, and I'm putting it over top of mulberry, I believe it is. And you can see that these are different sizes. I'm not worried about cutting them apart or making them match or anything. I'm just going to play with what I have. So these two girls are from a long time ago. I've actually glued their hands together, and in a second here you can see that I've even attached different legs to that girl on the left-hand side there, just to create a fun image so that they look like they're walking. Now you could use these girls, if you have this stamp set, you could use these girls for, two women that are getting married. You could use them for best friends, a mother-daughter, anything that you wanted to. Now I have these colored up flowers as well that are in this cute little container. I thought I would slide them in there. I also have this butterfly, so I thought I would pop that on. Now just to make that butterfly match, I thought I should color it probably with the same color that is on those bows there. So I grab my True Blue blend marker and I will quickly color that in. So you'll see those colors match there. And I'm just going to quickly grab that butterfly and I'm just going to do some little wispy colors on the inside of that butterfly just to tie those all together. Now you'll see that these images were die cut and stamped with a different color. Now I'm just trying to have a look here. I believe they were stamped in sapphire, if I remember right. So that's fun to do too. You just have to give it a fair amount of time to dry before you go ahead and do your coloring with your alcohol markers, if that's what you choose to use. Now I'm making a commitment here. I'm going to put these on, permanently adhere them, and then decide what I'm going to use them for later. I'm kind of creating this with the idea that I could put this on a layout. And the fun thing about combining these colors is, you can change things as you go. We've got our papers, we've got our inks, and we've got markers, we've got pencil crayons. So it doesn't take much to change it up and just add that little bit of color that you want to make things go together. So I love to doodle, so I'm doodling around the outside of these. Again, just to create something that sort of ties them all together. That black journaling pen is irreplaceable. I would say get yourself a couple of those. Use them all the time for this. They're great for journaling, obviously, but they're also great for just adding fun details like this. So I'm just going in with my tape runner. I'm going to make the commitment. I'm going to put glue on all of these things and tie them down. Of course, you could always use liquid adhesive. I just like my tape runner because it's quick and easy. I just use my fingertip to sort of slide that glue in behind there. And of course, we've got our rub and remove erasers. If there's something that I've missed, I can quickly use those as well to get rid of that glue that's sticking out. Now these girls were previously colored with our tri-blend markers as well. So again, you can make them whatever color you want. Unfortunately, that set is retired, but if you have them in your stash, it's a fun one to play with. Now here's a sneak peek at a little sentiment. You make me see things more beautifully. That's coming up in March here, so you'll see that come up. I'll let you know that it is Z7136 and it's called Honey Bunny Card Making. So there's a quick little preview of what's coming. So I'm using my Royal here and my dauber and just adding a little bit of ink there. There is no Royal in this layout so far, but you know what, it's all good. Those purples and mauves all go together, so I'm just popping that on there, liking how that comes together, and I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm going to call it done. Now I've got these pieces that are left over here as well. I believe that is a piece of lagoon paper and some white daisy. And that set, those thin cuts are the stitch scallop brackets Z3688. I'm not sure if they're still available yet. I think they might be in online only. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this on top of there. So normally if I had the brackets, I would put the small one on top of the big one. But because I just have the leftover pieces, I'm putting the big one on top of the small one and sort of creating a layered image that's, you know, taking you down rather than up, which is kind of fun to do too. Pardon me. So I have those leftover pansies from Say It With Flowers, which is the February stamp of the month. So again, you've only got a few days to get that. Z7116. And you can get it for a reduced price with a $60 order on my website. Or if you're a VIP, you can get it for free with a $60 purchase. So that's pretty cool. So I've used that dauber again with the royal, and I'm just going around the outside of this stamped image. And that's from the Sweet Memories card making, Z7106. And I'm just going to cut that in half at a diagonal there. And I'm going to use it on my corners just to fancy that up just a little bit. I'm liking how that's coming together. Just got to get a little bit of continuity going here. And then I realized, oh, you know what? I don't really like those pokey parts hanging out there. So I'm just going to trim those out and just make them rounded. This one I decide it's not quite lined up anyway, so I'm just going to take it off and I'm going to just go ahead and cut those off so I can put them end to end. And again, this would be a great little frame to go around a picture on a layout. So easy to do. You could do this on purpose, but of course I'm just using up what's left on my table. I don't really like to throw things out. I will often do this. I'll just spend an evening or an afternoon playing with just whatever I have left over and seeing if I can make them go together. So here's a fun example of that. I was going to use those hummingbirds that are on the side there, and they're from the Hummingbird Wings, Z7112. But then I decided I just wanted to use the pansies for this. And I'm just doing a little bit of stitching here around the edge. I'm just using my journaling pen again, just to create another dimension here and just to sort of show you that that's popped up there. I did ink the inside of that white one with the royal, so now I've got this little cluster of these beautiful little pansies. I've been dying to use this guy, sort of wrap it around the side, so I'm going to use that one right now. And I'm just temporarily putting a little bit of adhesive on the back and the front of that so that it'll just hold it in place. So I'm not 100% sure just what I'm doing. I had 2 of those, so I thought I would add that in there as well. Always fun to create a little bit of dimension, something from behind, something from in front, going over all of those layers. I love to do that so much. So now I'm grabbing my Bright and Vivids here from my Colorista colored pencils. These are in our catalog or online as well, Z7039. They are just matching perfectly here. This purple is going really well with it. That one is the rich purple. I also end up using that green. Let me just grab it here. Sorry for the noise. Fresh green is what I used for that. And then I also added the pine green in the middle there as well. So you'll see that I'm just lightly coloring with that first green, just laying down some color. These pencil crayons blend so beautifully, so you can just put a light layer down. I always like to start with lighter, and then you can press harder and add more. I put the dark green in there. Now, if I wanted to reduce how bright that dark green is, I could just simply go in with the light green over top of it and it would blend it down really nicely. So I really, really like these new pencil crayons. They are fantastic. So there's that stamp set again. Those are the ones that I've used so far that are current. And I'm just going to place that on the front there. And again, like I said, you could so easily put a photo in the middle of that and it would be too cute. I'm just grabbing these little sparklers here, the Bitty Sparklers, Z1263. They're always a great thing to just have on hand. Pop in those little itty bitty sparkles right in the middle of those pansies, just to give them a little shimmer and shine because, well, you just gotta. So those are the thin cuts that I was using there. That is Z3688 in case they're available. Now, I thought I would put these on a card just to give you a finished product. But again, like I say, you could definitely use these on a layout. So we do have our 5x7 white cards and envelopes. That's X258 in case you didn't know. And they're great. They're just a little bit bigger. You can add more information on the inside. So if you've got lots of people to sign or you just like the size of that, they're a great thing to use as well. So many people don't know about them, but they are in our catalog as well. So here we go. I'm just laying that down. I'm going to go around the edge here with my dauber, with that royal again. Now this dauber is one that I've had laying around for quite a while, and it's kind of falling apart because it's literally probably 5 or more years old. So I'm not liking that it's shedding. And I also wanted to show you that you could use just the ink pad itself. You don't have to use a dauber. So if you don't have an ink pad handy, you can literally just grab the ink pad and do some inking with that as well. Now this Thinking of You, I thought I would use that. I'm just using my carrier sheet, which I often do to decide where I want to put it. I am going to ink that up in the royal. And just like how that all brings it together. So again, what a fun card, and how quick and easy was that with just leftovers that I have. Now this one's pretty simple as well. It's going to go on nice and easy. This is where I start out with the dauber and then I decide to use my ink pad. Pardon me. I had a little frog in my throat today. I apologize. So yeah, I'm just going to grab that ink pad and just show you that you can just use the edge of it. And again, depending on how much force you put down or the angle that you hold it at will depend on how much you get on the paper that you're inking. Of course, you want to clean up your workspace there so you don't get purple all over the place. Now I'm adding a whole lot of adhesive here because I've got different layers that I want to put down and make sure they all go. Make sure you know which way that card opens. You know, speaking from experience, just saying. Now I'm trying to get this all on there, so I like how that's coming together. I'm going to flip that over and just cut off the little extra pieces so that you make me see things more beautifully. I'm just going to add a little bit more ink to the top of that so that it all looks like it belongs. Now I'm going to do something fun here. I'm going to put this royal ink on my all-purpose mat. I'm grabbing my clear shimmer brush and adding that purple to it. I love using the clear shimmer brush because I can add whatever color I want to it. I'm just splattering that a little bit on my card fronts here, just to add a little bit more dimension and a little bit more shine. And I really like how that comes together. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you're able to, please like and share and hit that button to get notifications for when I post something new. And ultimately, if you're interested and you're in Canada, please go ahead and order something from my website. You'll see the address come up here. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.